Hello everyone, so let's take a look at the market this week. So gold, okay, now remember gold, I've already posted the swing days and the hours, so gold we're still pushing upwards. With the Astro hours I've posted today, you could have gotten in around here. As you can see, in the market just turned up from this zone here. Now this is not on your schedule, which is correct. So the market should either go up a little bit more, stick around here till 12:25, and then we've got the rest of the hours. Not a lot of hours today, so you'll have to see. If the market comes back into New York, okay, it may keep pushing down, and we might be at a retracement level, or we're going to keep pushing upwards. So if the market goes up, comes back into New York, all right, which is there actually, then you can keep pushing upwards. As you can see, this has got room to go up into 12.25. That's your New York. So if we go up, down, we're either going to go that way, or we're going to go up, down, and if the market mucks around here, we could dip down further. So you have to be careful here, because it's a bit tricky. We've got news every day except Wednesday, so do your setups before then. But with gold, going up is what we want to do. On the daily, this is your setup. Also, this, let me put it this way, we should be able to follow this up into 2,600. Okay, it's just a matter of knowing when we're going to get in. All right, so it's going to be around something like that on that one. Okay, there. All right, so this has got a bit of room to go up, as you can see, somewhere around there. Okay, so we can target that on the weekly. In any case, we've got targets 75, 78. So that's 2,558, 2,612. So putting it into 2,000, what was that again? 2,558. You could target that zone. 550 is definitely a target. And that's there. Alright, so let's turn this back into scale fix, so we can come down a little bit. That's the way. Okay. Alright, so that's basically it. So we're breaking above the range, so the market's pushing upwards. Any pullback, I don't mind going in. Like I said, in the New York session, it's fine. If we come back to the daily, the weekly, good to go long. Okay, if the market comes back into here and then down here, from here you can also go up. On the daily, it's closed the gap on Friday and moved up. So that's Thursday, closed gap. Remember, I did say Tuesday, Wednesday, it should take us to Friday. It took us into Friday, and from Friday onwards, as you can see, the market went up after it closed the gap, which is what I said it should do. So this was a good place to get back in. At the lower end, we've got 54, which is 2,481 on the daily. It's a bit out there, 2,481. Let me bring this up there. Okay, so if the market does come down here, and if it comes quick and then goes back up, we also want to get back in as buyers. But if it breaks down and starts mucking around here, be weary, because it may go further down, because if it breaks the PSD, you don't want to stand in front of it. On the upside, we've got 71, 73 as targets, 2,554. Come on down a little bit, yes, 2,554. So this zone is a target zone, and that should be, if the market's going to go up, it should be going up into that direction. Now remember, today is a swing day for gold, so we're either going to have a push up, and the market should take us into some kind of a location where the market may stall for a retracement. So going up is not a bad idea after this nice little breakout here. Okay. Euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, Okay, like I said, you got to check your swing days on that one. We're quite high. If you take a look at the weekly, this thing broke out completely. So I said we might go all the way back up in there. Okay, so it is due for a retracement. It needs to come back at least into this zone, but there's still a bit of zone there. 76 is 13. So on the weekly, you got 1.13. This will definitely come back into this zone because of the big gap there. Let's take a look. And let's just refresh this up. So this will probably come back into your weekly or 11.29. On the daily, do I have a level to get in? There, your first support is 71, 11.68. 11.68. This is your first support of the day, but this will probably break. Why? Because of the gap here. Let's take a look at the weekly. Your first support on the weekly LCL1, 11.67. So that 11.67, all right, can be a level where the market gets some support and then goes up. Okay, and then goes up a little bit more. Or alternatively, we're going to keep pushing down. Now for the euro dollar, yeah, for the euro dollar, what time is it? 10:18. That's 10:45 now. There. Then we've got 12. For the euro dollar, I'd wait because it's not a swing day. Let it do its thing, and if it dips down, but if you want to trade today, like I said, this is the first zone, but like I said, it's got potential to break because of the gap there. Okay, it's not a swing day for the euro dollar. If on the swing days we get to that target, which is 13, okay, 1.13, then what you might want to do is you can sell it off from there, 1.13. There. Okay, on the daily we don't have anything. On the weekly, like I said, it's 76, it's that level there, 1.13. It's also on the cards here, 1.13. Okay, so if it gets up there, that's a sell zone. If you want to buy, closing the gap here is not a bad idea, and that's 10.47. So if the market dips into 10.47, it's around there, then that's not a bad idea. I'm going to get rid of this so we don't get confused. Okay, and that's basically it. Alright, but a bit of a retracement is in order to close that gap. So it's either going to go up without closing the gap and sell off, or we're going to come down, close the gap, and then push up. And your first level also for closing this gap, if I turn this into a 1 hour chart, you'll see is there. Alright, so this is the zone. There. So if it dips into there again, the market can buy because that's the place where it broke above the resistance. Okay, so that's the push zone. So coming down a little bit, filling in the gaps is okay, but your first support is too tight, so selling there to push there is like, not really a good deal. Alright, so waiting for the market to come down I think is a better idea before buying, or if it goes higher you can sell off. We can definitely wait till Tuesday and Wednesday to see how this is going to clarify out for us. Also, you can do your goodbye kiss on this. Okay, so the market should dip down onto this line. Alright, let's turn into the SP 500. Now the SP 500, Dow Jones, they've got same swing days. Alright, so you're going to take care of Monday, which is for SP, Dow Jones and NASDAQ. So those are going to be your, so this is a swing day for the indices. All right, let's take a look at the weekly. It's a new week, so we're up there, as you can see, like way. Do I have a target? Well, we're broken out, so the target is still upwards. We have come to break out target, so 5,715 is something you can keep on the radar, but that is going to be out there. Okay, it's like quite out there. 5,715 is there. Okay, and because it's on the monthly, it's not going to be that exact. It's going to be around here. So maybe 5,700, maybe slightly higher. So we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, so the SP 500 initially is here. So the market is still going upwards. The swing day is a swing day today, so maybe we'll have a retracement with the news, or this is the resistance zone, as you can see here. So we're either going to stick around here and reverse a little bit, or I'm just going to get rid of these, and I'm just going to put, let's see where that price is. So that's 23, that's 26, 68, 65, 5667. Okay, 5667. Around here. Alright, so we might test that level there. Alright, and if it does, you know, maybe it'll reverse from there for a retracement. Okay, we'll see how things go. Because elections are coming up, market is bullish. If you want to wait for a pullback, you can do that in this zone. But essentially, this is going to have to come back down here. Alright, and there's no denying that. It's going to have to come back down here, and then we'll see how things pan out. One way or another. Yeah, one way or another, we're going to have to kind of like come back down, and that would be the first place. Okay, if it does such a thing. So that's that. If you're looking for a good buy kiss, let's see where we can put that in there. If I do that, that's also fine. Okay, there. So slightly higher than the high. If we get a divergence, this is also be a nice reversal opportunity. But in the meantime, you see this is going to the upside. So we'll have to wait and see a little bit what the reaction is with the news. Okay, so if you're going to trade the news, just do your setup at the news hours, which I've posted. All right, so you got 4:05. There is 3:35 there. Okay, but it's iffy, so I didn't put it there. All right, if the market is going to change, 4:05 is looking okay. And if you take a look at the news, you'll see that the news is out at 3:30 my time. Okay, so 3:30. So you might want to wait till 4:05 before doing anything, because until 4:05 we should get like a sudden move. Okay, that might pretty much mess everybody up a little bit, and then the market can just keep pushing, like I said, until the target hours, and that should be like 8:30 in the evening. And if it keeps pushing and pushing and pushing, then it should push until 10:30. All right, so 10:30, 10:45 is going to be the other zone, but that's pretty much closing anyway. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now Tuesday, Wednesday, you got to be careful as well, because it's going to be a little tricky Tuesday, Wednesday. This week overall, it's not a bad week, it's a good week, and if we can catch a turn, it's going to be lively, and so be mindful on those days. Now this is Dow Jones, as you can see. So has it, I don't know if it's sweep the stops there, but it probably will. Okay, but this is a sell zone which we've marked in before. Okay, why not the whole bar? Because it's the wick, and it's a big wick, so just taking the wick is also okay there, as you can see. All right, and that's it. So we'll have to see on this one too. It's a swing day today, so maybe we'll pull back, go up, or we'll keep pushing up, and then on the next swing day that will happen. Remember, if Monday is a swing day, it can also be a swing day like in the zone, you know, like continuing the move, continuing the trend, expanding the range. It's doable. Okay, so you know, there's nothing extraordinary here. If it's a swing day Monday, we could keep pushing upwards. On the week, as you can see, it could still push up. There's a breakout there. If it comes back into 40,859.55, or you know, like I said, 40,860, somewhere around there. If we get back here first, going up is okay. Okay, if we go up first, then looking for a retracement to sell is okay. On the daily, I don't have a PST level up there, it's too far out. On the weekly, it's also too far out, which is 73. That's 42,168, which is quite far out. Okay, so we'll keep that like this for the moment. I don't have a level. On the monthly, 67, 41,204, 41, 204. I think we've done that. Yes, which is there. Okay, it's not a bad spot. Okay, so if the market sweeps the stops and comes back in quickly, okay, comes back in quickly without staying up there, then you can look for a sell setup. Okay, with a tight stop loss, you can look for a sell setup and then target the daily, weekly, and the lower Friday. Other than that, I wouldn't muck around with it. If it breaks out and sticks around here, then don't stand in front of it trying to sell it, because you're going to get yourself into trouble. Okay, because the market's going up. All right, if it pulls back into a swing hour in the US, like this zone or the lower Friday, and then goes quickly back into this zone, then you can look for a way up as well. All right, it's a little tricky, but like I said, it's not a bad week to trade if we can catch Tuesday and Wednesday looking okay. Right, NASDAQ looking a little better. They're all going sideways, as you can see, so it's tricky to trade. We're in between levels. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, you see we're right in between levels, so it's a bit tricky. Now on the weekly, there's a gap closure here. That's going to be 2128, 2128. Okay, so around there. That's on a weekly. On a monthly, we're like breaking out here as well. See, last month it was nice and easy right on the PST. And now we're in between levels. Okay, let's see on the daily. That was what? 2128 we had, right? Let's take a look. It's that level there. There. Okay, so this is going to be your zone. So this might have a little bit more room to go up. Now if it goes up, that's going to be a sell zone. These are even highs, so sweeping, filling in, coming back down can be okay. All right, and we've got room to come down. So if you want to look for a setup on your NASDAQ, it's doable. We've got 67 up here, which is 2135, which is fine, which is pretty much there. Okay. Now we can get rid of this. because it's done that. And that's it. At the end of the day, this will have to kind of crash down as well a little bit and come back down. And if I do this on the daily, that's how it is. Right, so if we go there, we'll have to come back. It'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4 wave down. All right. Other than that, if we're in the middle here, then we'll pull back into here, then maybe go up. Right. So that level you need to be careful about. If it goes up there, that might be the reversal for this week to kind of like push downwards. If you want to buy it, we're in the middle of nowhere, so on the daily you need to wait for a retracement if you want to buy it. And that's going to be 48, which is 19,185 to 200. Okay. Also this level here, 47. So 19,130, 185, 200, which is the earliest you can buy is down here. All right. It's a bit crazy, I know, but that's on the daily PST. We're in between zones. If you want to get in with a day trade and sell, then like I said, that 2,125 is going to be around there somewhere. Alright, so until then it's a bit tricky because we're in between levels. Okay, you can see resistance, support, we're in between levels. Resistance, support, we're like in between levels. Same on the daily, you can see like it's a bit tricky here. So the only time you can do something is if you see the high of last week, or when the stops are swept, the gaps are filled, and then you can look for a sell setup at an Astro hour. See what I mean? Like in this zone. And that can be your kill zone. Other than that, it's a bit tricky, so I wouldn't muck around with it too much until we're at level. So if you want to sell, do it down here. If you want to buy, wait for it to come down and then do it, like in this zone. Bitcoin. Now it's not a swing day for Bitcoin, so you'll have to see how things are going. Last week we had swing days Tuesday and Thursday, and they worked fine. I did say this place was tricky, and as you can see, the market went into that zone. It broke out. If you're using ATAM, you see your targeting is good. So probably come back down here to fill in the gaps, and then we'll see how things go. All right, market selling off on Bitcoin is also maybe a possibility that the indicators will come, the indices will come down as well. On the weekly, 58, you got to look out for 67,579, 67,579. If it decides to go up, that's going to be a level there. All right, if it decides to do that, that's fine. Now, this, as you can see, the market went up and came back in quickly. What does that mean? Well, this could be trapped volume situation. If the market breaks below the previous day low and sticks around here, then a pullback is a sell reason. Okay. If we break above the previous day high again, then you're going to look for a reason to go higher. Okay. But it needs to break out and close above and muck around here a little bit. You don't want it going back in like this quickly. So if the market decides to sell, I think we've got weekly pivot for a target. We can probably get there, but where you want to really target is going to be, you can see that's your first support, the LCL1. Okay, and the better support is going to be down here at 53.50, and that's going to be 62,000 and 61,270. All right, 53 and 50, 53. Good buy kiss on a PST. If it comes down, going long on the day is okay. So mark those price levels in. If it matches your swing hours, then those are going to be buy levels for you. On the upside of things, as you can see, that's pretty high. So the only thing we've got is the weekly plus the 67 left. Okay, but the weekly, like I said, is 58, 67,579. So 67,579, that's the zone. So if it keeps pushing, that might be a target this week. But like I said, it's not a swing day today, so whatever you're going to do it on the lows, do it on the highs, and just note you got room to fill in here, so the market can find itself coming back into this zone here to close the gap here, and the high of that is going to be 61,462. Which is going to be there. Alright, so it's got room to come down, so be mindful. Okay.